welcome to HQ Trivia. I'm Beric Livingstone, how are you? I've just been away in France, where I ate lots of amazing French food, then in Spain, where I ate lots of amazing Spanish food, and now I'm back in England, where I can't fit into my suits. But it's nice to be back, and on the news today I noticed the world's biggest sea bridge has opened, 34 miles long, and costing over £15 billion. It connects Hong Kong and Macau to mainland China, an amazing project with more than a few curious quirks. For example, in Hong Kong, they drive on the left, like in the UK, but the bridge is officially part of China, where they drive on the right. So you have to swap roadsides before you can begin from Hong Kong. Also, the bridge is kind of in the way of shipping routes, so part of the way across you have to drive down into the water and along a 4-mile undersea tunnel so that boats can pass overhead. But my favourite strange thing is the sophisticated surveillance they put in that monitors your blood pressure and includes yawn cams. Apparently, if you yawn more than 3 times, you trigger an alarm. I'm not sure what happens next, but possibly you're diverted to a drive-through Starbucks and ordered to buy coffee. Who knows? Anyway, we never need yawn cams on HQ because we are in a constant state of high excitement and thrilling tension as we battle our way through 12 questions for that £1,000 prize. Tonight, please try not to go out on Q1 because I'm going to be dishing out something special to celebrate being back in the UK. Well, let's cross that bridge when we come to it, but meanwhile, if we're all on the right side of the road, let's buckle up and set off for Q1. A watch is normally worn on what part of the human body? Big toe, left ear, wrist. Now, I'm all for fun fashion, but some of these looks, well, I'd call them a stopwatch or a crime watch. Anyway, if you went for big toe, then you're already getting booted out of this one. The most handy of the 3, it belongs on your wrist. Yes, radiocarpally correct, 84,312 of you. And now, watch this. I promised you a present, and here it is. When you see the chest, tap on it and keep tapping. Ready, set, drop, tap away, tap away, tap like Savion Glover, Michelle Durance and Diane Walker meeting at the Capizio Teletone Tap Shoe Superstore to tap out a tribute to tapioca. Tap, tap, tap like Fred Astaire is teaching you to tap from beyond wherever Fred Astaire has gone to. Did you find an extra life? I hope most of you did. You're welcome. Q2. Which of these food items is a traditional accompaniment to roast lamb? Custard, jelly beans, mint sauce. Now, a friend of mine did serve sausage with a side of Haribo at a party I went to, but it was his birthday and thought he could do what he wants. Even thinking about it, though, makes me turn to jelly, but it's not the ingredient we're after here. Toothpaste, but tasty, it's mint sauce. Yes, getting a little saucy, 82,010 of you, and my condiments to all of you. Coming up on Thursday is another theme night, and this week's theme is telly. Yes, the box, the tube, the small screen. It's all about television this Thursday at 9, so catch up on those recorded programs, binge watch your box sets, and prepare your TV trivia knowledge, because it's going to be a goodie. Q3. Which of these is the title of a best-selling album by Coldplay? Creepy Chronicles, Phantom Parables, Ghost Stories. Do you know, Coldplay originally called Pectorals and then Starfish before Coldplay. Out of the frying pan and into the fridge. Anyway, it's almost upon us, but which Halloween-worthy name did Coldplay use back in 2014? Campfires at the ready, because it's Ghost Stories. Easier to pronounce than the previous album, 56,887 of you getting that right. It was their 6th album, and you are moving on to our 4th question. Which of these countries does not have its flag incorporated in the Union Jack? Wales, England, Scotland. A lot of countries have the Union Jack on their flag, but which country does not appear on the Union Jack? We're all part of Team GB, but who's been left off the logo? Keeping the crosses but ditching the dragon, it's Wales. It's a shame. I'd love to have a dragon on the flag. 55,309 of you knew the right answer there. Yet Wales was already part of England when the Union came into being, and that's why it's not on the flag. Q5. In which of these movies did Hannibal Lecter make his first appearance? Red Dragon, Silence of the Lambs, Manhunter. If you get this wrong, we'll serve you up with some fava beans and a nice Chianti. Not really. He's been haunting our nightmares for decades, but when did Hannibal first appear on screen? Before the silence, it was Manhunter. Yeah, the Michael Mann film. Ooh, just 9,933 if you got that. It was a savage question. Absolutely savage for Hannibal Lecter there. Devouring your way through to victory, though. Nearly 10,000 of you, and, oh my goodness, 20,000 and something using extra lives to get back in. Well, you're thanking me now for those extra lives, aren't you? Yes. Anthony Hopkins stole the spotlight, but Hannibal was originally played by Brian Cox. No, not the physicist, this one.
Thank you so much. I'll call you when I'm finished.
So scary. Let's go on to Q6. Which of these was an early name for a frisbee? Venus Vortex, Saturn Saucer, Pluto Platter. Now this is really interesting, the history of the frisbee. Dates back to Yale, where the students there would play with pie plates. Now we've got 3 astro aliases here, but which one were they chucking about in the 50s? Back when it was a planet, it was the Pluto Platter. Yeah, one of its early names, 3,230. Oh, thereabouts, got it right. But it was definitely savage. Yes, the frisbee threw you. Oh, savage question there. Those pies, the pies they were chucking about the pie plates of, were made by the Frisbee Pie Company, true story, and the idea was then sold to the Whammo Toy Company, inventors of the hula hoop, who settled on the new name. And one of the early people who refined the design was cremated and made into frisbees. It was his dying wish. Couldn't make it up. By the way, today I'm wishing a very warm hello to Ellie, to Olivia, who just got her dream job in New York. Congratulations, it's an amazing place. I hope you have a great time there. To Ricky from your wife Stacey, and to Michelle, happy birthday and good luck to all of you. Q7. The 1940 Olympics, cancelled because of the war, were originally due to take place where? Tokyo, Budapest, Madrid. In 1916, the Summer Olympics got cancelled, and then the Summer and Winter Olympics were cancelled in 1940 and 1944. London was due to host in 1944, but which city was scheduled for the 1940 Games? The Daddies of Drifting. It was Tokyo. Tokyo, Japan, 3,065 if you got that right. A little bit beastly, but not quite savage. Tokyo are hosting the 2020 Olympics, and they're hoping World War III doesn't break out till after the Games. Q8. Who was the first person to win an acting Oscar in a foreign language movie? Brigitte Bardot, Catherine Deneuve, Sophia Loren. There's been plenty of non-American actresses who've won Oscars, but what about an actress in a non-English movie? These 3 have all starred in foreign flicks, but who was the first to pick up an Oscar for it? The Italian Marilyn Monroe herself. It was Sophia Loren. Yes, who won again in 1965. 1,734 of you got that right. Loren won the award for La Chichera in 1961, beating Audrey Hepburn's nomination for Breakfast at Tiffany's. She then had her Oscar stolen from her villa, and she had to send $60 to the Academy, who sent her another one. Anyway, Q9. Which of these was not a pseudonym David Bowie used when writing emails? Milton Keynes, Mr. Showbiz, Bognor Regis. Brian Eno, Bowie's long-term friend and collaborator, used to exchange messages with him and talks about how he would sign off his emails with a host of jokey names. But which of these wasn't one of his? Making Milton Keynes look like Disney World, it's Bognor Regis. Bognor Regis, as far as we know, never coined by Bowie. 628 if you got that. But yes, another savage question. Une question sauvage for the boy from Brixton here at Q9. I mean, Bognor Regis gets a bad rap, but it is home to such amazing tourist attractions as Butlins and Q10. Of these England footballers, who has the highest number of Twitter followers? Marcus Rashford, Dele Alli, Ashley Young. Now, the number of Twitter followers you have is no indication of your value as a person. I tell myself every night as I cry into my gin and tonic. We were cheering all 3 of them back in July, but who has the biggest flock on Twitter? Despite being the eldest, it's Ashley Young. You might not expect that, yes, and 136 if you got it right, but it was another savage question because indeed, you did not expect, you did not guess. Even if Rashford and Ali teamed up, they couldn't match Ashley's 2.2 million followers. Yeah, okay, 2 questions to go, 66 people using extra lives to get back in there, 136 getting that last question right. Everything's still to play for. Q11. Which of these phrases does not appear in the Gettysburg Address? Cradle of democracy, unfinished work, birth of freedom. 75 years ago, the Gettysburg Address was given. Lincoln dropped his sickest bars in 1863, but which of these wasn't on his lyric sheet? Built for babies anyway, it was the Cradle of Democracy. And still cradling hopes of a win, 133 of you. Well done. You know your history, and you know your speeches. All right then. Epic words at the ready, because we are rallying into the final round. 1 to go for that £1,000 prize. 7 people using extra lives to get back in. Here's the last question. Q12. Which of these artists had a work in the National Gallery damaged by a suffragette? Velázquez, Leonardo da Vinci, Rembrandt. From Baroque back to the Renaissance, back to Baroque again, but which one is it? They've all had priceless works attacked, but who's got slashed up by a suffragette? Someone tried to repaint a Rembrandt in the 90s by squirting yellow paint at it, and then even earlier than that, one of our other artists had a sawn-off shotgun taken to their work, but we are thinking even earlier than that for an art attack. But the man behind the Rokeby Venus's work, it's Velázquez for the win. And we have 83 winners tonight. Very impressed. I'm very impressed with you, 83. It was a roller coaster ride of a show tonight, a bit like driving along that bridge from Hong Kong to China. Ups, we had downs, we had a lot of people going out and then using their extra lives to come back, and then a lot more people going out and using their extra lives to come back. It was dead exciting. Well, well done to you, 83. You've got £12 and 5p. That's a little over £1 per question you got right. I mean, it's fantastic value. Well done to Bertha Lames, to Thonk Cute, to Rocky the Dog, and to all of you. That was a beautiful game. It was like the sunshine after the rain and bluebirds flying over the mountains again. I'm Beric Livingstone. You can follow me on Twitter or Instagram at Beric Living. Don't forget, we have our TV theme night coming up on Thursday. And meanwhile, we'll be back with you very soon. The next game is tomorrow at 9 p.m. with our usual round of all kinds of questions and another £1,000 prize up for grabs. I hope you can join us then. But meanwhile, have a great evening. Good night.